What is good, family, family, family? Welcome back to the I Am Courtney Michelle show. You know who it is, Courtney Michelle. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it because tonight might be a little cringy as well. And this is kind of going back to the show that I had last week. If you were here, you saw something that I had no idea um, what was going to unfold. Again, when people call in, I have no idea. I welcome everyone on here, whether they agree with me or not. I always welcome difference of opinions because I think it's important. Just as long as we're respectful, that's all I ask. But last week was very, 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 very interesting. I think a lot was said that maybe a lot of us maybe knew but didn't hear it, and hearing things from the horse's mouth gave a new light on a lot of things. Um, it's funny because when I started doing this show, I told my good friend Omawale that I wanted to be the missing link, meaning try to have balance. And I think I'm balanced, at least I try to be. So again, that's why I always welcome opinions. I tell my daughter this all the time when she has a boo-boo and she always wants to put a Band-Aid on it. I tell her, I'm like, baby girl, I understand you want to put a Band-Aid over it and you want to cover it and you don't want to see it when it scabs up. But how you heal a wound is you have to expose it. You have to take the Band-Aid off, and it has to have air. It has to breathe. It has to be exposed before any healing can take place. And I really, really want this platform to be just a small microcosm of people that want to heal. But again, you can't heal unless you expose things. And being in this adjacent to the manosphere, I've been exposed to a lot of things, especially with men and their grievances of women, in particular, Black women. I didn't know. I think a lot of women didn't know. And then it's opening my eyes up to the other side, and the other side of women that have their grievance. Now, I go to the beauty salon, and she's doing my hair. I do my color. Tell them what is going to be next week. But we always talking about men, just like men always talk about women in the barbershops. But we're bringing barbershop conversations out in public. We're bringing salon conversations out in public. And I think that's what makes it a little cringy because, we're used to talking to women amongst us women. Men are used to talking to men amongst us men, but now we're getting to listen to these conversations, and cringy at best, yes, but important. And again, I mean, you can't heal unless you figure out and find out some things that might hurt, that you might hear that's hurtful. But that's what we're here for, or at least that's what I'm here for. Um, so last week's show, we had a woman that came on, conservative Black woman that was admittedly a divester. I never heard of that word until I got over here, and apparently it is a community. I'm gonna add some. Y'all know I like a good PowerPoint. I'm gonna add some stuff to here. And I'm gonna add this because once I started posting my show, I do my clips because I know some of my shows it's like 4 hours long, and I know a lot of people just don't have the time to listen to a whole show. So I clip it up, and I was clipping up the show, and I got a crazy, crazy feedback. And actually, before I show this, let me remove that because I want to start off by saying something too. And I'm going to talk about divestment, but I just thought about something that I wanted to talk about, that I've been wanting to talk about. So I'm just going to fuck it, throw it out there. In my community tab on my YouTube page, I asked a question. I said, I asked, what are some things that we want to leave in 2021? And that was going to be a show until all of this started happening. But one of the things that people were saying, and one thing that I want to leave in 2021, is these dumbass labels that we put on each other. I am so tired of hearing alpha and beta. As a woman well in her 30s, if a man came up to me and was like, Courtney, you know I'm an alpha man, baby. I'm an alpha man, baby. You ain't getting no beta over here. I'm like, yo, sit your lame ass down. That is whack. It is lame. Quit labeling yourself. If you're an alpha man, just be a man. If you're beta, just sing me an R&B song. And, if I like it, I like it. I'm so tired of these labels because at the end of the day, you're not just all one thing. We just don't encompass one and negate everything else. Depends on the day, depends on if it's my time of month. You don't know what you might get sometimes because I get emotional. I am so tired of the label pick me. I didn't know what a pick me was until I got over here. And then people started calling me a pick me. And I was like, well, what is that? And it's a woman that wants to do things and pander to men to be chose. No, that's not me. I am not a pick-me, a pick-me-sha. I'm just honest. Then what else did I get labeled? A good old chameleon. That was the fun one. Because I was like, now what the hell is people calling me a chameleon for? Well, a chameleon is because you act like one thing, but you really are another. And I was like, well, now, I don't tend to be the brightest crayon in the box. But what I do know about chameleons is that that's not necessarily a bad thing. So when we start using these terminologies, first, people, we're gonna have to Google is your friend. I promise you, Google this terminology because y'all be Lord. So, what is a chameleon? Well, being adaptable and authentic, because these are terminologies that we actually use in corporate America. And when we teach people how to change to their environment, especially being in sales and IT, we teach people being adaptable doesn't mean not knowing who you are. Chameleons change color only as needed. If they're on the leaf, they're green. If they're on a branch, they're brown. They adapt to situations. The one thing I know that's constant in this world is two things. It's death and it's change. Now, we as a people don't understand being adaptable and being able to change. Then how in the world did you get through the pandemic? Or how are you going through with the new Omarion version? You have to be adaptable. So when people are saying you're just a chameleon, well, I mean, most successful people are the most adaptable. Charles Darwin called it over 150 years ago when he commented, it is not the strongest of the species that survives, yet the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is the most adaptable to change. So I'll be all the chameleon you want me to be, because at the end of the day, I don't really give a damn what you call me. It's what I answer to. So all these labels that we keep putting on each other, or you want to put on people that you don't know, go ahead on. But let me tell you, it's getting kind of lame and kind of whack, especially for those that are my elders. Now I'm pushing 40. So if you my elders, you damn near 50. And for you to comment and call people these random stuff is just odd. But you go ahead, I'll take that. So then back to my story. I didn't mean to go on a tangent, but this shit got to be said. So then I started posting, right, my show from last week. And I had no idea the pushback that I was going to get. And it was a whole new group of women the divestment community. And then I got called a whole nother label. Yeah, Sidebar, let me see in the chat. I have been doing YouTube less than a year, and if I've been called everything but a child of God, what the hell? Okay. So then I got called. Well, these are the comments, and I'll read it out. 1, this was pathetic. I can't stand to see a woman mammying. A mammy. I kept being called a mammy. And this is the first time in that I have ever been called a mammy. But the terminology that I know I was like, well, how in the hell am I a mammy? Like, these are old school terms. But, look at another comment. Definitely mammy vibes. Another casualty to this toxic Black man worshiping culture. Girl, get your dustpan ready and keep it handy. Now, I do go back and forth in the comments. I'm trying to tell y'all I do enjoy the smoke. So here's another one. Courtney Michelle is sad, especially for a single mother. She panders to Black men to be accepted because the ones she wants don't want her. That's cap. Do better, because as you can see, being a mammy didn't get you a ring. Another one. Tagging Cynthia's name to build up your struggle channel. I wish you mammies would be more original. A mammy? So now we just taking derogatory terms that we use to, degrade Black women back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. We're just going to use that on Black women today, even though it makes no damn sense, but that's what we're going to do. It's the same women that are so mad at the Black manosphere for degrading Black women, and they make fun of single mothers. They make fun of us all. But yet y'all are in my comments degrading me. Oh, the irony of it all. But I'm supposed to take you serious. I'm supposed to take the women that are so upset with Black men and how they feel so disrespected from Black men, but you get on a Black woman's platform that only gives people a chance to speak their talk and to give them a space where they feel safe, and I won't degrade them, and I check the people that degrade them. You want to come and call me a mammy? Like I said, y'all got to get these terminologies. You call me a chameleon. Chameleons is not a bad thing. Mammy, well, what is a mammy? It's a stereotype depicting Black women who work in a white family and nurse the family's children. The fictionalized mammy character is often visualized as a larger size, dark-skinned woman with motherly personality. Well, I'll take that. I am a mother. The origin of the mammy figure stereotype is rooted in history of slavery in the United States. Black slave women were tasked with domestic and childcare work in white American slaveholding households. The mammy stereotypes was inspired by these domestic workers. The mammy caricature was used to create a false narrative of Black women being happy within slavery or within a role of servitude. Though there were women who worked within the domestic roles like maid or caregiver, there is no real evidence that there were women who existed with the mammy stereotype. So it's ma'am that called me mammy. I work in IT. I build computers. I'm not taking care of the white people kids. So I'm not a mammy. I mean, I am a Black woman and, dark compared to some Black women. And damn it, I done lost 15 pounds. So y'all ain't gonna put that hefty fat woman on me. Oh, this no, you won't. So how am I a mammy? What mammies look like? Well, this is what they made fun of us. Black women that had no choice but to take care of the children in the home during slavery. This is And you call me this as it's used in a derogatory term, but these were real women. These were our ancestors that had no choice. And so now we're making fun of women that loves being a woman, and you want to degrade us by calling us mammies who worked hard, and you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for these beautiful women. How dare you? It's absolutely disgusting, some of the stuff that we call each other. It's shameful. And it's absolutely shameful that the hypocrisy of it all. You degrade Black women because you don't believe in what I believe in, and you degrade us by making fun of what they used to make fun of us by. And you can still see this. I'm a Southern girl, and there's a lot of stuff that I love about the South. But one thing that I do not like about the South is that you can still probably see these in stores. They're made into like cookie jars and dolls to play with. The Mammy caricature that's making fun of us. Hell, we just got rid of Auntie Mammy. So now I'm a Mammy. Well, again, like the lamos that call me a chameleon, not knowing that being adaptable is actually something that we all need to learn how to be. So you sound stupid. Oh, what was it, man? Hide your kids, hide your wife. You dumb. You sound really, really dumb. And so now these idiots that are calling me mammy, not understanding the origin of what a mammy is, and I'm far from that. But if you want to put me in that category, that's fine. Shout out to Hattie McDaniels, the first Black woman that won an Oscar award for being a mammy. Shout out to her. And if I got to put her on my back, I definitely will. Old ass bitter women over here calling people mammies, not knowing that was your great great grandmother, and you want to be disrespectful. But anyways, y'all know I'll be going. Everybody can get the smoke.